Hello students, so I am a physics teacher Sandeep Tiwari and today we will study orthogonal components of vectors. So resolution of vectors we have studied, and in the same topic I told you about orthogonal or rectangular components of the vectors. Rectangular means, because suppose we are breaking this vector in two components which are at 90 degree, because these are at 90 degree, and because of this a rectangle is formed. So that's why we call these rectangular components. Now we will move from here only. In this vector has components which are in the same plane. This vector has two components which are perpendicular and are in the same plane. Now we know that OB is equal to OA plus OP with a vector sign, okay, not without a vector sign. Without a vector sign this is not true, but with the vector signs, above OB we have vector sign, above OA we have vector sign, and above OP also we have vector signs. So vector OB is a sum of two vectors OA and OP. Now we can keep the values of OA. OA is c cos theta, as we have done, okay, in the last video, and similarly OP is c sin theta. But see, if I write only this much, if I write only c cos theta plus c sin theta, it is again like writing OA plus OP without vector signs, because these are just numbers. Okay, still these are not vectors. C cos theta is just a number. C sin theta is also just a number. It is not a vector. Okay, so how do we convert it into a vector? Okay, because c cos theta is just a length, c sin theta is just a length, but this side we have a vector. Only a vector can be equal to a vector. So for that I am bringing you a new concept, that is unit vector. Unit vector, suppose this is a vector A. So what we do, in the direction of that vector we take a vector which is of unit length. Okay, this vector is of unit length, and on top of it we not put a vector sign, rather we put a cap, like this cap. Okay, so here we have put a cap, not this but this sign, okay, like the asterisk sign that you use for putting powers in calculators. Okay, so we put this sign, not this sign. So this tells us that this is a vector of unit magnitude, 1 unit. So, and the use of this vector is to show the direction, because if we multiply this vector with another vector, another with just a length, okay, we will not multiply it with a length, with a vector, but we multiply this. Suppose we have a length here, this is a length. So what we can do, we will make a unit vector of OA. Okay, so this OA will give this thing a direction. Okay, so this OA is giving this a direction. Similarly, c sin theta is in this direction, so we will use the unit vector of OP. See, so this is how we convert these lengths into vectors with the help of a unit vector. So now c cos theta into OA unit vector is equal to OA vector. Okay, c cos theta is the length of OA, so we are taking the length and the unit vector of OA. Similarly here. Now one more thing, if we take in this triangle OBA, okay, so we can apply Pythagoras here, and we will use only the lengths, not the vector signs. So OB square is equal to OA square plus AB square, and AB we can write as OP square. Okay, so in this way we can get the magnitude of OB by just squaring and summing the two components. Okay, so a vector is equal to root of the square of its rectangular components. So this thing is very important. A vector is equal to root of the square of its rectangular components. Magnitude. Okay, this is the magnitude only. Magnitude of a vector is equal to root of the sum of the squares of its orthogonal or rectangular components. Now this is only in 2 dimension that we have done it. Let us go to 3D, because a vector can be a 3D vector. Okay, all the world that we are living in is a 3D space. We live in a 3D space, so even the vectors here are in the 3 dimension. This is only for 2 dimension. We will extend this theory in 2 dimension. So this is our x, y and z axis, and we take unit vectors along its 3 axes. So for x axis we take the unit vector as I, for y axis we take the unit vector as j, and for z axis it is k. So again I am reminding you that a unit vector is a vector of unit magnitude that tells us the direction. Okay, so even here, suppose if I take this as x axis and this as y axis, so what I will do, the unit vector here will be I and the unit vector in this direction will be j. So similarly I can represent it as, instead of OA unit vector I will take it as I, and here I will take it as j. So in this way I have shown this OV vector as its components, sum of its components with I and j unit vectors. Similarly, if there is a vector in space, suppose we call it OC, we can represent OC as, okay, what I have done, I have represented here OB as its 2 components, as the sum of its 2 components. Similarly, this vector OC I can represent as a sum of its 3 components. Okay, so they can be AI plus BJ plus CK. So here we are doing things in 2 dimension, but here we are doing things in 3 dimensions. Okay, and we know that here we have an angle theta. Okay, but here we will take 3 angles. Here we already know if this is theta, then this will be 90 minus theta. But here what we do, we take 3 angles. Let this be alpha with the x-axis, with y-axis let it be beta, and with z-axis let it be gamma. Okay, so remember, if alpha is some angle, then this angle will not be 90 minus alpha. Okay, you can understand it like this. Suppose these are 2 directions. Suppose these are 2 directions and this is the 3rd direction. Okay, so these are the 3 axes that I have made for you. Now if there is a vector coming from here, okay, if there is a vector like this, okay, so it's not that vector is like this. Okay, if it had been in 2 dimension, then this angle, if this is theta, then this angle will be 90 minus theta, but the vector is actually like this. So if the angle with this axis is theta, then it's not sure that this axis will be 90 minus theta. This is possible only when the vector is in this plane, in the plane made by this axis and this axis that we have shown here. Okay, this is x axis, this is y axis, and this is xy plane. If the vector had been in this plane, then this angle, if it is theta, then this angle would have been 90 minus theta. But in 3D space, the vector is like this. Hence, this angle is alpha, and this we have taken as beta, and this angle with this axis we have taken as gamma. So I think you understand what these 3 angles are. Now we can assume that these 3 axes are like the 3 sides of a cube. Okay, so now I am erasing this thing here from here.